So at Hawaiian, we've got to about 70% of our indirect business going through NDC. So if we look at it overall, we're about 91% direct now. We're very proud of that. It's been a lot of years of hard work, and the team has really struggled to get us to that point. Now, I think the last 8% or 9% is the hard work, even harder. But we still feel like we've come a long way and seen a lot of success. And a lot of that has been focusing on what are the needs of our clients. So we feel like we take a really consultative approach, working with each agency, each TMC, finding out what they need, and then working with them and our technology provider, Acelia, to say, okay, if we're missing a requirement to onboard, how do we come up with a solution for that? How do we get that into the pipeline? And close the gap so we can onboard someone with a no gap status. That is our ultimate goal, is to ensure that our agency and our third-party partners are just as happy with our service as the guests who fly on our planes. We've had some agencies, so corporate or major tour operators, who have come to us and said, we want to use NDC, we want to use your platform, but we don't want to use any website assistance, we don't want Spark, we don't want to have to go to your HA.com, we need to do everything through the API. And again, through the consultative process, we've sat down, we've kind of figured out where those gaps are and worked with the technology providers. And we're actually have been able to bring on a couple of those providers and those partners now, saying, okay, we've closed all the gaps, we brought them on, and now they're at 95% NDC. Now, of course, the big gap in the room is Interline. That last 5% is that's hard to close without bringing in Interline and figuring out a solution for that. And hopefully we will. I know we've been hard at work at that over many years, but I think the servicing gaps. And some of the gaps in shopping have been easy to, not easy to close, but we've been able to close them. We've taken a couple of approaches. We definitely, if we had more runway, we would move to an omni-channel experience. I think that is one natural step. Once we were always wanting to go omni-channel. But the first thing we wanted is to figure out NDC and get a solid base, and then try to say from there, okay, we know what our TMCs need, we know what our corporates need, we know what our tour operators need, we have that deployed. Now what we need to do is come up with a solution that moves that to omni-channel with no loss of capability. So our natural plan was to next work on moving to omni-channel. But in addition to that, we've also kind of said throughout the journey is, okay, what else can we do to make the agency and the customer experience and the guest experience better? So one of those things we've been working on is waiverless involuntary changes, waiverless refunds, and that's technology where we've just looked at, okay, what else can we do to make the experience better? Again, give some more value to using the API and the NDC channel. And we've kind of been trying to work in okay, how do we balance that with what we need to connect agencies and third parties, and also with a long-term vision of kind of moving to that omni-channel state. My advice is just remember what you're delivering is your brand. To me, delivering on the brand promise for HA Connect is just as important as delivering on the brand promise of getting someone to buy a seat on our plane. And that represents Hawaiian to the industry. So I think you have to take it seriously. You have to take it as your brand. And the only way I think we can make things better in the industry is to get more involved with IATA. Send people to the shop order pay standards board meetings, send people to the advisory forums, get involved, have a say, help develop the standards, because that's really what we're missing. We need more people doing that.